Brisbane, Des Moines, Moscow, 2 gearings, and a Marceau. Interested to see the double gearing here, with I guess Brisbane and Des Moines being separate smoke trains.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take a look real quick here. I just jumped in, make sure everything is set up right. Yeah. Well, as you know, the smoke snail idea is a very strong one. Oh, Brisbane. We haven't seen a Brisbane so far. You guys been playing a lot of Brizzy?
I actually have seen it in quite a few matches for my team so far. Actually more often than Nevsky, which I found to be very surprising. I think maybe just being maybe Italian Junkie is the person I usually see playing it. He's in it again here. Maybe just being more comfortable with the ship pick.
Hmm.
Kind of interesting to see your team bringing in Brisbane as well. Have you been playing it a lot?
No, this is the first time we've brought a Brisbane.
Interesting. Well, definitely interested to see how the matchup will go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got Schlieffen, there's the Brizzy, got a Golden Lu, some people like to call the glue. Gearing, Moskva, Des Moines, and other Des Moines. So we have 2 smoke trains as well. Huh. Yeah, we definitely didn't do this yesterday at all.
Well, I'm interested to see. I actually haven't seen a team run a strat like this before, so I have seen Howdens do some pretty heavy lifting. I mean, the unique upgrade now, giving it 3 airstrikes and a faster cooldown, is really brutal for digging out those island cruisers.
Hmm. Do you like the this cap layout?
I think it's interesting. I do like having the A cap half in, half out of the Thunderdome. I think having it fully in just makes for some silly games.
Okay.
Are funny at first, but I think it puts a little bit too much emphasis on ships like Clevers and Marceaus and Marseilles that can get around very quickly.
Makes sense.
Looks like we have a pretty close to identical deployments. I mean, both teams sending the vast majority of their forces off towards the west here, towards that A cap, leaving just the Gearing and Brisbane smoke trains on the 9-10 line to have a nice little mirror match there.
Mm-hmm.
Logo says Marceau will go here for the early A cap, but I think the Monster Radar can force that off pretty easily.
Yep, there it is.
The Howden airstrikes as well going out.
So
Hopefully that doesn't connect.
we've had a lot of these. Johnny's done a lot with the Hanlu. Hasn't had any like decisive moments with it though.
We had a match versus Bison's team on Sea of Fortune where he had a unique upgrade Howden Liu that I think basically killed our Marseille within like 4 bomb strikes. It was absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it looks like you landed some torps here on Italian Junkies Brisbane on the 9-10 line. Pretty good start there for the trade on your team's side. Or torps
Yeah,
coming
very
in
nice
now.
gearing torpedo spam, I suppose. And
It looks like he'll be safe in the second set.
mm-hmm.
More bombs coming in on the Marceau here. I mean, this is interesting. Even though the Marceau is dark, there's really not a lot of space that he can be on the cap here. So the blind bomb drop's actually doing a little bit of damage and making sure that he doesn't get the cap here.
Well, and the fact that they think he's still there, they're gonna keep guessing. And I like that they did that. And as I comment on that, they stopped. So,
Yeah, I mean, I would expect some more blind shots here. Maybe another bomb drop as he sits in the cap. See the Howden here fishing for it.
right.
Doesn't land the shells, but the bombs look like they might be on target here. Ooh, the Mossra actually getting very close to landing a shot there. I think the bombs
no
will get the
reset though.
here.
All there. There we go.
Now, I think I'm actually looking a little bit favorable for your team here. I think the Schlieffen on the 1-2-3 line is going to be extraordinarily difficult for the Gearing Des Moines to stop. I think once he actually gets around and towards the cap, it's going to be very hard to contest that.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out. When we did this before, we had the team. Oh, he got it. We had the Schlieffen kind of get stuck in the inside, and I think if I remember right, he actually traded with the Marceau, which is not ideal.
Definitely not ideal. Hopefully it goes a little bit better from this time. I mean, I think the Gearing Torps aren't going to be able to stop him from going in here. It doesn't look like they're aimed for the gap. They're more aimed as if he had kept going straight, so he should be able to slide past.
Yeah, he'll be able to walk on in. Panzo detected.
Smoke train will go up, but not quite enough to block line of sight here at the moment. And the Des Moines really not going to be able to get any damage in on the Schlieffen before he gets into the Thunderdome there.
Right. That's going to keep logos detected as well on the Hydro.
Yep, I mean, for these positions, once the Schlieffen actually reaches the A-cap, the only way my team will be able to stall it is by putting the Mossfoot on the corner, where it will be very easily farmed out, I think, by the Howden.
Yeah, we've had all yesterday and today Howden versus Moskva, and Howden just doesn't do enough quickly enough to take it down.
I think it depends a lot on the angle that the Mossfoot presents for the bombs. I think if it's like a perfect nose to stern drop, it can do quite a bit. But if you're just like trying to drop at a bad angle, then it can be rough.
Yep. McGlobe might run into torpedoes here. He's going to have to slow down or something or turn. But he's driving straight into these gearing torpedoes. He sees him now.
Second set.
Oh.
Oh, does manage to slide in between there. Some very nice piloting.
Yeah, but then the Brisbane behind now, he also has to make these same kind of maneuvers. And that's going to kind of screw up his plans. He makes it okay.
Yep, does manage to slide in between the torps there. Return torps coming out towards Yolante and Italian Junkie, sliding past.
Mm-hmm. This is the part of
onto the cap. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
This is the part of the competitive that gets kind of boring, is when you have two teams pulling up Snokesdales and everybody's just kind of luck-chucking torps and we're waiting, you know?
Yep, definitely not a huge amount of action going on at the moment. Just a lot of positioning. Iwax's Des Moines here.
Yeah.
Taking quite a bit of damage there from Panzo's Des Moines.
Yeah.
He actually is lit. He might actually go down here. He's still spotted.
Panzo's radar is keeping Iwax lit, and Iwax is just sitting in radar range, not seeming to care about this.
He's trying to get away, doing a little bit of reverse action here. Not quite quick enough to get him out of the radar.
Yep.
I mean, he might be able to live here. He has the heal running. Panzo is down to just shooting HE. He does go dark, so I think he will be able to actually get away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got very fortunate that Rashid's Moskva wasn't in position to support.
Yep, Rashid here, I think, has just been slowly reversing away from his position. Hasn't managed to actually turn around, so no cross shots there, fortunately for Iwax.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I think your team has traded a little bit more favorably HP-wise in the Gearing Brisbane match. Probably landed a few torpedoes, so they are managing to force Italian Junkie and Yolente's ships up the 9-10 line here and away. It's like the Howden and Mosso will start making the way up the 7 line as well, maybe looking to force the Montana up and away from B-cap. This is a 4v3, so I think if your team can actually start applying the pressure, they might be able to eventually flip B-cap.
Oh, there's the big kill.
The torpedo hit there. The Brisbane Torps plus the Gearing Torps, matter of time until somebody gets lucky.
Yeah.
Barely not catching Italian Junkie, but I mean, losing the Gearing there is a huge deal.
Absolutely. Now, McGlowick has to make sure he doesn't follow suit as he turns directly into these torpedoes. He's going to take a torpedo. Yep.
Ooh, doesn't quite kill him though, so he's still alive. No. In the meantime, we have some desperation maybe going on the 1 line.
Ooh, I see that.
Gearing hitting the rock here, maybe trying to proxy spot Iwax's Des Moines. Taking a lot of fire here now from Muzzerblitz's Gearing just sitting in his smoke. I think we're going to lose Malaway. Yeah, he's definitely not making it.
Yeah, I think Iwax is going to end up going down too. Though Island Abuser Schlieffen is coming back out.
Alloway going down there
Yep.
to see if Iwax can be traded out. Looks like he's hanging on to life here behind the rock. Island Abuser coming around as fast as he can in the Schlieffen here to try to force Panzo away.
Big Shell's coming in. That's Montana.
I think Iwax might actually live here.
Nope, he's
Oh,
on
the
fire. He had DCP
fire
available. Actually had DCP available, but didn't DCP.
Not quite reacting in time there.
No.
Fortunately for Panzo here, it gives him an opportunity to run away from the Schlieffen while still picking up the kill. A is flipped by the Moskva, but I think it's only a matter of time before your team with the Moskva and Howden manage to get into B. And Panzo in the meantime is in huge trouble here from the Schlieffen.
Yeah.
I'm kind of interested that Panzo didn't just hug the contour of the rock here and try to use that for cover. Instead of just running straight away into the open water here, probably just dies to the Schlieffen secondaries.
Right, and Island Abuser doing a nice job of turning to avoid a lot of those torpedoes. Only takes the one. And there he goes.
Yeah, I'd say it's looking... It would take a miracle, I think, at this point for my team to come back here.
Oh, be careful when you say that, because a miracle happened that brought us here.
We've certainly seen it before, especially in tournaments like Team League, where you have a bunch of people who are not very coordinated working together, oftentimes playing with each other for the first time. So bad mistakes can happen, and definitely do happen. But only 9 points here for your team to win, and the map position is looking quite favorable.
Has Ganlu drop on the Montana?
Montana under half HP here. Schlieffen moving back towards the Thunderdome here, probably just going to move back towards the A-cap. Shrimp Dance's Montana here, I think, will slowly get focused down. Is moving forward to the Schlieffen torps as well. See another bomb drop coming in.
Professor Blitz torpedoes his teammate just for good measure.
A little bit of fun never hurt.
Yeah.
Kieran actually does go down there to the Moskva. That's a good pickup.
McLoeb, yeah, that probably playing a little bit too close to that radar.
Shrimp Dance, though, on 11,000 HP. Under fire here from the Moskva. Howden probably will have more bombs for him relatively soon. Rashid doing his best to close in here. I don't think we'll be able to take down any of these cruisers, though, unless he rams. I think Moskva just doesn't quite do the damage needed.
AP on Rudimentaire from on the Brisbane. Oh.
Italian Junkie, I think, definitely does not win this fight.
Yeah, but Italian Junkie's got friends.
Now, Rashid trying to get the cross shots with the Moskva AP. Oh, more Citadels from Rudimentaire there. And Moskva shell's not quite connecting, and it looks like one of these torps might be on the bow.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But, of course, Junkie's got a heal going.
Cross shots from the Moskva and the Montana, I think, not quite connecting here.
No.
Rudimentaire is going to be able to pick this up, I think, basically 1 versus 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Very nicely played from him.
Yeah. And there we go.
All right, pretty impressive first match there from your team. It was a very, I think, relatively cleanly played.
Yeah, you know, a couple mistakes here and there, but we got lucky with the early torpedo hit on the 910, and then I guess you could say another torpedo hit later, right, which took out the gearing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the torpedoes made a big difference in the 910 line fight with the Gearing Brisbane versus Gearing Brisbane, just giving them a pretty substantial HP lead. And I think the play with the 1-2 line push was also pretty nice with the Schlieffen.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it didn't work last time, but I think what the difference was is that there wasn't a Marceau in the Thunderdome. Last time there was, and obviously that ended the idea, the dreams of the Schlieffen, right?
Yeah, I mean, if the Schlieffen has kind of a free reign to do as it pleases in the Thunderdome, then it's a lot harder to deal with, obviously. All right, so I think was that your team's map pick or our team's?
I'm not sure.
I'll have to take a look. It looks like I think that was your team's pick, so we'll be moving on to Sea of Fortune, which my team picked here and chose Alpha Spawn.
Got it. So what's the name GYCHU?
I'm actually not entirely sure. I let my team leader do everything. Did the
Okay.
drafting, did the stratting, picked the name, picked the logo.
Gotcha.
I believe it is some sort of pun on GYCHU.
I figured as much, but okay. And gotta love the picture of the old RTS Graf Zeppelin bombs.
Yes, we have fond memories of German battleships getting one-shotted by CV AP dive bombers.
I used to call those judgment bombs. Who's about to be judged? Them and the
Yeah.
Saipan. Remember the old Saipan with the bomber build?
Yes, the like 10 plane HE dive bomber
Yeah.
squadron that could just nuke destroyers.
With a very small drop, right? Reticle.
Yeah, I think its gimmick was it had a very small drop reticle, and the reticle for auto drop was the same size as the manual drop, so you could
Right.
just auto drop on destroyers and nuke them.
Yep. My favorite though was dropping on cruisers. I would go and drop on like Omahas, for example. And
Oh,
I'd go in all chat, so and so, prepare for judgment. And then, like, 2 minutes later, boom, and the guy goes all chat, F you, F you. He's very unhappy.
I mean that's classic RTSCV gameplay for you.
That's right. That's right. Plenty of counterplay.
Yeah, especially at the lower tiers, like
Oh,
tier 5 through 7, where the AA was just not really there, except for like Atlanta, really.
mm-hmm. See how things are going in the rest of the playoffs here. Shark is up 1 over Pepega. Hainzer's up over Through. I don't remember who that is.
Let me take a look here.
Bo is up over Mini. 1 game.
Bo's team looked pretty solid in her matches.
Yeah. Very strong team. Oh, through his stats book. Got it.
Yes. Yeah, Statsbook had a pretty phenomenal run in the group stage. All right, both teams are ready. Might be getting into our match here pretty soon.
Sounds good. Yeah, they don't wait around, which is kind of nice actually. It might get us the ability to go back into the bracket once we get through the placement matches here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll definitely wrap up before the finals, so it should be interesting to see which team makes it all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so away we go.
That's right. I think we did the reversed again. Yep.
All right, this is a strategy that I've seen my team have a pretty fair amount of success with, bringing double Marseille or single Marseille to a lot of maps. I think it's one of the strats that they're more well practiced with. So definitely excited to see them bring it out. Opting for the Kremlin pick, which I don't think I've seen them use on this map before. But Des Moines, Moscow, Gearing, Marceau, all pretty standard picks.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think this is the first time I've seen a Yu Yang.
We've run Yu Yang a few times. Let's take a look at the south here. What Team Spaceballs is bringing? Yep, we've got that Yu Yang. The Gearing, Napoli, Salem, Moskva, Des Moines, and Montana. Spaceball tried using Marseille's yesterday with disastrous results.
Uh,
So I think they don't like Marseille much. And then today, Marseille is the reason why we are here.
yeah,
So,
Marseille is one of those ships that it takes a little bit of coordination to make it work, since you usually want to be using those like aggressive push strategies with it. But if you can make it work, it's really quite a strong ship.
oh yeah, we threw away a full health Des Moines to one salvo from Marseille at
Oh,
2 kilometers or something coming around an island.
nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marseille AP definitely does not fool around.
And then he proceeded to take away half the hit points of a broadside Montana, both of which were trying to kill him behind an island.
Yeah, brutal. In one of our group stage matches yesterday, one of our Marseilles basically came around to the broadside of a Schlieffen in the AB, like concentric caps here, and basically two-shot it. It was ridiculous.
You just watch and it just hurts, right? You just hurt inside.
Yeah.
You're like, ow. And you feel bad for the player
you can
too,
feel
because
the
you know
pain,
what that's
yeah.
like.
You can absolutely feel the pain of the player that's happening too.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you from experience as well that it does not feel good.
Yeah, I mean we've all had it done to us. It's just everybody gets to watch in this
Yep.
case.
Right, looks like we'll have both teams playing a relatively weak side towards the C cap. Most of the forces, I think, on both sides going towards the 3-4 line here. Looks like Yolo Ente's Marseille probably going to be putting his ship into the A cap on the outside here.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty strong position for Marseille.
It definitely can be. But I think I talked a little about the Howden in the first match. I think that was the position that Yellow Ente got bombed to death in. I think we actually saw him get lit on 4 fires from the Howden bomb drop. So I am glad that your team doesn't have a Howden to repeat the incident.
Well, and that's odd because we did this yesterday. We had the Howden on this map, so I'm curious as to the decision to drop that. But maybe they're also feeling like it's just not doing enough for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those ships that if you don't get good use out of the bombs, then... Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice Wesser take those torps.
Yeah, I saw the gearing torps coming, and I saw him sitting broadside. I'm like, please, Wesser, but he took him.
Another one of those things that you just have to watch happen in slow motion.
Yep.
Yellow Ente now in position, right in front of the Moskva here. We'll start the trade there.
I think it's interesting the idea of putting more effort onto the west side because you're so isolated from the rest of the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of the interesting things about this map. I usually feel like playing for the east side of the map gives you better control over A and B, just because it's so much more open to shoot into from that side.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas on A side, you have those 2 big rocks that kind of just block you off, like you said, basically cutting you off from the rest of the map. But I mean, the benefit of playing on the west side here is that you do get to put a cruiser onto the outside of the A cap, and then as long as you can stop something from capping B, it doesn't matter too much that you don't have control over there. Kind of interested to see Weatherblitz still reversing for the cap here after eating that torpedo on very little HP.
Yeah,
Would go
well,
badly for him if Panso manages to push down here with his Des Moines.
so Joker pops the radar to see what's going on. I don't think anybody can hit Wesser from that spot. Maybe YOLO. YOLO can shoot him.
Now.
YOLO's shooting him from far
yeah.
across.
Looks like the shells will miss though.
Yeah,
Didn't quite
good
account for the
reversing.
reverse. Yeah, this is some ballsy play. I kind of like to see it. Oh, Yolo Ente now charging forwards in the Marseille.
Ooh,
Looking
Stanton
for the
just
fight
got
with the
smashed.
Salem. Oh yeah, the Salem kind of stuck in a crossfire here, I think, between the Kremlin and the Marseille. Kremlin, I think, doesn't have shots anymore, but had them previously. And look at this Montana position in the AB cap with J Poker just running straight at him.
Yeah,
This is
well,
kind of spicy positioning.
I mean, Island Viewer probably thought, hey, well, nobody's going to B, might as well just go there. And then Moss was like, hey, I can just hit him with my torpedo and be done.
Yeah, so, I don't know if he's going to be able to get the ram off here, though. I think Island Abuser can just run straight away here, and it's not going to go too well for J Poker.
Yeah, but...
Weather Blitz, though, now getting caught out by the Des Moines radar.
Yeah, he often plays too aggressively in Destroyer and pays for that, so...
Yep, he did at least get the cap, so not entirely in vain. But I mean, I think now your team will probably have to try to pick up J-Poker's Moskva here.
Right. Meanwhile, Island Abuser is giving a complete flat broadside rear to the Moskva, so he's able to pen that armor really easily. I don't like
That
that.
shooting just right exactly for the aft there to get those full penetrations. You definitely want to be presenting a little bit of an angle.
Yep.
It would probably be best for him to be angling to use all 4 turrets as well, but probably will now die to the Moskva, I would expect.
Yep. I'm really confused about that. Honestly, a ram would have been a better choice, or try for a drive-by and, you know, outskill him or something, but...
Yolente reversing into B, adding his guns as well.
And now he's trying ASW.
Oh, you never know.
You never know.
And
go
nice
figure.
Damage there at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, if he'd been using those front guns all along here, it could have been a different story.
Right. Instead, he just sat there and got shot up the rear. So, basically, just gifted you guys a kill there. Actually, our team kind of gifted you guys 2, right? With the Yu Yang as well.
Oh, we needed some charity after the first match.
Got to keep it spicy, right?
Yeah. Looks like Johnny Goodbay's monster will be the next target here, getting farmed down by the Marceau and the Kremlin.
You know, your Marseille looked pretty unhealthy for a while ago, but now he looks like he just kind of is doing fine.
Yeah, it was looking a little bit dicey when he kind of ran out there to fight the Salem as well. But managed to reverse back into the channel there. Not a lot of fire getting put onto him.
I think this is one of the hard things. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I probably would have liked to see your Rudy Mentera and Mr. Loikby's gearing play a little bit more aggressive with the smoke train there to maybe put damage on and maybe stop the Marseille and Kremlin from getting the aggressive positions they managed to.
Yep. There's 2 habits I've been noticing, at least with my team, and I've seen it with some other teams too in Team League. Because you have players from all different pools with different win rates and experiences in the game, a lot of times the players' default decisions are to conserve hit points, and if you're not sure what to do, you go forward. And both of those cause a lot of problems. IWAX is now going to take a torpedo amidships. Ouch.
Oof.
You know, yesterday we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of ships get smacked and then they back up and they're just not willing to put themselves on the line. And in a team game, you have to put all your hit points on the line. Like Stanton Warrior got smacked and then you didn't see him getting shot at again because he hid behind an island. You can't do that in a tournament. You got to get yourself back out there, especially with the Salem with that super heal. You're supposed to be shot at. You're supposed to take the hits so you can heal and be shot at again. If you're not willing to do that, you got to be playing a different ship.
Yeah, I mean, it can be hard, especially for players who haven't really played in tournament settings a lot before. Like, I know in Team League, a lot of the players tend to, especially from pools like 2, 3, and 4, tend to not really be competitively experienced players.
Right, exactly.
So it can be really hard to know, like, or to play with the understanding that sometimes you have to play to die if your death would achieve something for the team winning.
Yes, exactly. Yesterday, when I was talking about the 2 Marseille plays, you know, you have one that gets shot at, the other one hiding behind a rock. That's not how you Marseille. You know, you need one to be switching positions with the other as it takes hits so that you can rotate through the health and everything.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is just the coordination that you develop from playing a lot of competitive, and also usually, especially playing with the same people on your team for a long time. Both of which, again, usually aren't as present as factors in a tournament like Team League. So you see a lot more of the messy play, the mistakes, the ugly side of warships.
Right. Well, Mentere, let's see if he gets one-shotted again. He's pretty healthy. Nope, this time he
to pick up the Marseille kill there.
That's gonna feel good for him because he got smashed by that Marseille last time.
Yep, learning from his mistakes. Might have the opportunity if he survives the shot.
Oh,
he does survive the shot. Might be able to kill the Kremlin here. Oh, it decides to shoot the Marceau
shooting at
instead.
the Marceau instead.
Trying to do as much damage as possible before he goes down here with the torpedoes.
Oh, good dodge.
Between that first set.
He
Match just
actually
found on a
manages
point
to save
spread.
his ship.
Yeah. Very, very slick maneuvering there from the unique upgrade, I assume, mounted on his Des Moines, giving him the extra acceleration.
Well, that ties it up, 1-1.
Yep, we do get a game 3. Which I think for all of the matches today will be on Riposte.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Riposte, Seth?
It's a fun map. It's I like the idea behind it. I think it's almost too big. I think there's too much water on all sides. If they could remove a grid square, you know, all around,
It's
I think
definitely
it'd
an
be
interesting
better.
contrast where all the islands are really concentrated in the middle, and the map itself is big, even though the caps are so like clustered close together. So
Mm-hmm.
you have a lot of open space that contrasts with kind of like the really close quarters cap layout.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it does play weirdly.
Looks like the thing about riposte that's interesting is you have a lot of situations where you think you're going to make something work and then it just completely blows up.
Mhm.
So that one, if you're looking at the map, the enemy Marseille went all the way to the very south island there, and that's where he killed both Des Moines and almost killed
Uh,
Montana.
yeah. I
So,
think
and he,
Marseille is one of the ships that can be very strong on this map.
mm-hmm,
Just because you have a lot of that open water to work with. Marseille is
mm-hmm,
very strong open water pushers. The other thing
mm-hmm.
that tends to be very strong on this map as well is those Nevsky smoke trains. Interesting enough, though, I haven't really been seeing a lot of teams bring Nevsky. Maybe just not comfortable with the level of coordination it generally takes to pull off a smoke train like that.
You know what's interesting is Nevsky is also a ship that's typically banned in competitive. So maybe the top end players are like forgetting that that's a tool that they have,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and instead they're like, oh well, we'll do this instead.
Yeah, I mean, with the Nevsky, it's probably something that you want, like, probably your two best players playing the Nevsky and the smoke ship. It's obvious, it is a very strong pick, but the Nevsky with the 10-kilometer smoke fire means that if you make a little bit of a positioning error, then it can get spotted and die relatively easily.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, it looks like our team's readied up.
Right. We do have all 7 players from our team, probably just doing some last-minute stratting, sorting out of ships here. Starting to ready up.
All right. Gotta say, it's really cool. I have a lot of viewers that are just screenshotting all these new permanent camouflages that they're getting from this. It's awesome.
They do look very nice. I think a lot of them are the event camos that came with the early access of the ships.
Yes. So please, if you don't mind, pass along that feedback to the rest of your team that it was great to be able to do this.
Yeah, very happy to.
Looks like we are about to drop.
All right, game 3. Best of luck to both teams.
Yeah. All right, game 3, tied up. To the north, we've got
All
Team
right.
Spaceballs the Tournament Entry with a Gearing, Marceau, Des Moines, Brisbane, Moskva, San Martin, and a Montana.
Bringing out the Brisbane again. It worked pretty well for you in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
For our side, I think I've seen my team play this strat pretty consistently on Riposte so far. Bring the Vermont, a Des Moines, a San Martin, 2 Moskvas, a Marceau, and a Gearing.
Interesting.
So opting for the Gearing Des Moines smoke train, we've seen them play that quite a few times. Can be at a disadvantage versus the Brisbane just because of the radar range.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 Moskvas on this map gives you a lot of radar control over all 3 caps because of how close they are together.
Yep. You just have to make sure you protect your broadside.
Yeah, I mean, this map, there's a lot of islands. Not all of them are very safe. So especially with something like a Moskva that's big, easy to spot, you do have to be very worried about the cross-map shots from the battleships, especially like Vermont and Montana, which have those little bit of a floatier arc on their shells.
Yep, we had a Moskva that learned that lesson twice. Yesterday once and today once, which brings us here. He parked kind of where your San Martin is going, at Hotel 5, right back there. Just the right amount of dunking. It took him down in 2 salvos with the Montana.
Yeah, nasty. Looks like we will have our San Martin going down towards C with J. Poker's Moskva acting as the weak side there. We'll have a Gearing Des Moines Marceau probably going up north above A. And it looks like YOLOWNT is going to be taking that island position right next to A here.
Yeah, you guys are definitely going a strong A-side push, whereas ours is going also pretty strong A-side push. So, it'd be very interesting when the teams start to meet.
To see what happens with the clash there. I do like what your team is doing here with their Marceau, kind of bringing it towards their weak side where it can grab the cap quickly and then rotate away.
Mm-hmm.
And given that C cap is our weak side, I wouldn't really expect a San Martin or a Marceau to be able to flip that cap anytime soon. So that should be a pretty impactful early point lead for your team.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm surprised Logos isn't doing the opposite, trying to get into the A cap there. Obviously, Sappy's in position now with this Moskva, so it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely a little bit of a stronger early deployment, I would say, for your team. We'll have to see how the smoke train ends up developing, because there are a few more resources, I think, for my team devoted towards, like, playing above A. So maybe if they can push the Moskva away and pick up a kill maybe, then it could be worth it.
Right.
They're definitely playing against the clock here because it's going to be hard to overcome that very early cap flip. I think there might even be an opportunity here for Stan Warriors Marceau to try to flip the B cap.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't look like really we have any ships that could really shoot up towards B other than J Poker's Moskva, but that's pretty far away. So after YOLOWNT's radar goes down, I think the Marceau could flip it pretty easily. Ooh, YOLOWNT taking a Citadel there from the Montana. Again, nosing out just a little bit too far into the cap there.
Yep.
Getting punished for it.
Yeah, good shot from Island Abuser there. I saw that from long range. Oh, no. Look up to the north.
I'm watching the torpedoes run out.
Ooh, that's a brown alert.
Yep, definitely a little lucky there for the Gearing. Was on track to maybe eat 1 or 2 of those. Both smoke chains going up. It is going to be very difficult for the Gearing Des Moines to try to force out of Brisbane here, just because, again, the Brisbane having the 12-kilometer radar makes it very hard to actually approach that smoke.
Yeah, one thing I'm surprised is Rudy does not have Hydra going. He's about to be reminded of that consumable.
The classic activate the Hydro as you see the torpedoes cross you, perhaps?
Yes, yes. Now, I'm surprised he's looking south towards YOLOWNT when Logos is charging in right now.
Oh, like, is Logos about to hard spot the Gearing? He is?
Yeah, and now, okay, so Tear finally notices. He's turning his guns. Very aggressive early play by Logos.
This could be pretty bad for the Gearing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but the Brisbane is getting fantastic shots in here. Logos already burning on multiple fires. Has not DCP'd. Does pop it now.
There it is.
It's actually trading worse into the Gearing.
Mm-hmm. Globe trying to He stopped shooting for a bit, and then he kept shooting. And you might as well just try to kill him at this point.
Yep, I mean, with this, the 20-second timer, you're pretty committed.
Yeah.
Both destroyers getting so low now.
Oof.
Massive hit there from the
Fair.
Brisbane. Oh,
Yep.
the Mosso picks it up.
Yep.
But can Logos get away now? I think he will go dark now the gearing is
Gonna
dead.
hit the. He's gonna hit the border. Oh.
Oh, the fire.
Fire.
The fire. I think that will.
He's got a DCP.
He will burn out.
Nah. Whoa. It's a huge
Fantastic
trade.
shots there. Yep. Very important to get that kill. And now Yellow Ente's Mosso is in a lot of danger here. Stand Warriors Marceau has rotated all the way north from his initial position in the south. And kind of just sit in front of the Mosso here and farm him with impunity. Yep, so we'll have Marceau, Brisbane, and Mosso all focusing on Yellow Ente here. I have to say, Yellow Ente probably not long for this world.
Yeah,
Oh, he does
radar
work.
from Brisbane picks up gearing. Always backing off. Brick smash coming in on the Brisbane. Oh,
Ooh,
half
half
health.
HP.
Ouch. So,
Definitely better than being dead, though.
yes. Although I think YOLO's gonna survive a lot longer.
Yep, he is pretty well tucked now into that little alcove.
Uh-oh.
Stand Warrior does have a nice gap there in the torpedoes.
Okay. Yep, he does.
And now we see Island Abuses Montana moving into the B cap here, which isn't very well defended. I think really only J Poker's Monster has shots towards him.
Mm-hmm. Brick smash on Moskva now.
Not too much damage. I think Sappy JJ did eat a torpedo there, but not too impactful. He does have most of his HP pool still available to him.
Stands curved back around again.
I mean, my team's going to be on a pretty short timer here once that B cap gets flipped by the Montana. I have noticed on this map that my team tends to not really put a lot of ships covering the middle.
Okay.
So plays like this with the Montana flipping that cap puts them on a very, very short timer, like I just said. So
Yeah, your Vermont's coming
That
around.
makes something happen.
So we're about to see a Montana versus Vermont duel.
Ooh, can the Montana make this turn?
I don't think so.
It should leave him well enough angled to the Vermont here, but he will be stuck there for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
First few shots coming out from the Vermont. Not too much
A little
damage.
delayed shot from Island Abuser. Maybe he's waiting for his reload, but everything missed. Those shells just disappeared.
Neither battleship doing very much to each other so far. Looks like your team is
LX
reacting pretty
anyways.
quickly here to get as many ships as possible to have guns on Vermont in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Moss, the Brisbane, the Marceau, even the DM maybe shortly. San Martin also cross-mapping. So definitely more support, I think, available for your team here.
Yeah, our DM just has to be very careful not to get himself detected and blown up.
For sure. I mean, reversing just a little bit too far could be disastrous.
Exactly.
Vermont actually looking north here towards the Brisbane.
Yep. Following
Brisbane
those
appears
shells
to be
in.
the priority target here.
Good dodge.
Nicely dodged. Yeah, I'd like to see Panzo's Des Moines here actually take a little bit more of an aggressive line in. He's kind of, I think, the key to my team having a chance here in this match. He needs to get his DPM into the fight as soon as possible. Shrimp Dance probably does not have too long for this world here.
Well, you said that about YOLO a minute ago, and he's still alive.
I did, but Yola managed to find himself a nice little island where he could go undetected. Shrimp Dance here in the open water directly in front of this Montana. No way for him to break off the engagement.
No. Now, once he goes down, that does free up Island Abuser to start looking for Des Moines to the north, I would assume.
Yep, I mean, never a good thing to see your battleship die and have the enemy battleship still above 2/3 HP.
Yeah.
Battleships obviously very important pieces on the board, especially as you get into the later stages of the game.
Mm-hmm. One thing I noticed for Island Abuser is he's not using the turret traverse module in slot 3. He's going for artillery plotting instead. And that's had an impact on him before. He couldn't get his turrets turned quickly enough for several of his engagements.
Yeah, Montana definitely one of those ships that benefits from having the turret rotation mod.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most newer battleships tend to have like the 30-second turret traverse, Montana still has 45 seconds, so not particularly fast.
Right.
Sappy GG may be going down here.
Yeah, he's on radar, but there's no smoke available anyway. Being forced to go forward. If he's able to get to the left of this island in front of him, he can probably survive a lot longer. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to try to do. YOLO down to 7K.
Yep, YOLO into a burning. Only 180 points for your team to take the match here. So if he can just live for a little bit longer, the points will tick out.
Mm-hmm. Stanton's now opening up, trying to split fire. I like that decision.
Des Moines gets a couple of salvos off on JJ's Mosfa here. Isn't quite enough to finish him off. It's close.
Yeah, but does quite a bit of damage. There he goes.
JJ does go down, but J-Poker and YOLO Entry are both really low. J-Poker here, I think, sliding out a little bit too far, directly in front of the Montana and the Des Moines.
Let's take a look.
Don't really see a way for him to survive.
He's got a heal available.
Hit points here.
There it is.
I have to think the next Montana salvo will do him in here. I mean, maybe
I'm sure he's expecting that too.
Oh, no citadels there on that salvo. There's the Montana shot. Will finish him off.
Yep.
Iwax still healing up here. Oh, it takes one citadel.
Yeah, I want to see from his perspective, does he have his funny button? Doesn't look like he does. Only chance is...
That should kill him before he gets the torpedoes off.
Yep, that's his only choice, and nope.
Oh, Ration now in a pretty terrible spot, broadside of both the Montana and the Des Moines, is going to be
execution.
Yep. And I think that's going to seal the deal for this match.
Yeah, YOLO manages to survive at 1,300 hit points. Saving a star.
Hanging on by a thread. Yeah, I'd have to say I think the difference in this match comes down primarily from the Marceau play. I mean, really well played here from Stan, grabbing that C cap first and then immediately rotating up north where he can help make a difference.
Yep. Now he's trying desperately not to die here to extend the battle as Malway sees an opportunity back in. 2 seconds. That's it.
Oh, it does barely survive there.
YOLO had one more shot there.
Yep, not quite soon enough. Well, congratulations, your team will be moving forwards. I think that does it for my team.
Yeah.
No, there's another game. There's another game.
What?
Hi, GP.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Bison.
You play my team.
Wait, does that mean I'm playing GP?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, we have to play
NA
losers?
versus NA.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't mind
The funny thing is we're playing all these games and the reward is the same across